Hey everyone, today kind of fell through for me. We went to Home Depot this morning to get our materials for today's job, and then we went to do an early morning estimate before the lady takes off for work. And then we went to our vacancy, and when we got there, the painters were there and they had everything all tarped off. Everything that we needed to do was under plastic, so we just told them not to. He told us we could go ahead and move plastic and all that and do our thing, but we told him we didn't want to disrupt him, and we'll let him have the day. He said he'd be done today, and I said, well, I'll be back on Wednesday. And so we went ahead and left, and we decided that me and Alicia decided that we're going to go ahead and work on the van. I mean, the van has gotten pretty darn bad. It's hard for me to get in there on my knees. I have knee and back problems, but it's really a mess. We're going to try to combine a few things where we have more space. I'll show you what I'm talking about. In here you can see that it's sort of a cluster in here, you know, and we got our materials for today, but we're not going to need them. So we thought we'd empty these 4 bags out and combined all the stuff that we use on a weekly basis in that back bag and everything we use on a daily basis here, and then get rid of one bag and make one just electrical. Alicia has her own electrical bag right here, and I've got my electrical bag here. I don't touch hers, she don't touch mine. That way when we go to a job and we need something, we're not having to ask each other for it. But other than that, we're going to try to eliminate one bag. I know it don't sound like a lot, but it does help. And I'll take you to the back side. On the back side, you can see, like, if Alicia can get back there, she's so limber that it's not a problem for her. But for me to hurdle over some of this stuff is just, you know, kind of hard on me. Especially when I get on my knees. But we're gonna just try to clean this van up a little bit and see what we can do. So we thought we'd go ahead and go to our front porch and dump out all the tools, the 4 bags, clean everything up, put everything where it should be, and sweep out the van a little bit. I thought I would just go ahead and record that. I know it's not much, but it's something, I guess. Anyhow, let me get set up and then we'll go through the tools together. Hey everyone, we were going to do this outside in the front porch where we could leave the van open and kind of just go back and forth, but Alicia reminded me that the gardeners will be here between 11 and 1. I kind of forget about that because I'm never here, but we went ahead and set up a table here in my this is what my office is. Basically, this is the room where I do all my office work. It's also my little game room, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, the rest of the house is for the wife and the kids and everything like that. So I set this up. We're just going to go through the bags little by little and try to reduce down to at least 3 bags instead of 4. So I just thought, well, alrighty, let's just start pouring that out. And that's Milo. He's into everything. And Zadie's over there. I had to fix a kitchen cabinet drawer for somebody. Now she's going to lay in it. And Stassi, the dog, is over there laying on the couch watching all this. Anyway, we're going to just get into this and see what we got. This is Alicia's electrical bag, which is pretty much going to be left alone. We're just going to go through it and make sure it's still electrical and nothing that belongs over here. And then we're going to go through this, and we're going to make one of these our dedicated bags to get rid of that. So let's just get it done. We'll just start pouring it out. Alicia, I don't know why we put that in there.
This also my tool.
Oh, okay. Should we go through your electrical bag first and make sure everything in here is just what it's supposed to be? Okay. that belong in this bag over here, or does that belong over there? I can't remember.
It belongs here.
Okay. Bet you don't even know you have those. Okay, Alicia, I think I'm gonna go get our little portable vacuum in the garage. That way I can just, instead of dumping it. Alright, we got the electrical bag empty out, so you want to go ahead and build this the way you want to build it, or put it away rather.
Sure.
And then I'll go ahead, once you get your electrical out of here, I'll dump that bag. So as soon as you do that,
Want to take over?
Yeah, thank you. Some of this stuff has just been duplicated over the years.
Where will you like your coffee?
You can just set it there. Thank you for. That's our morning coffee that we take to work. Obviously, we didn't need it. Okay, so just back in that up. Alrighty. T2, this is basically pipe dope, or pipe joint compound. I remember one time I was at Home Depot and the guy instructed me not to call it joint compound. And I said, I didn't call it joint compound. I called it pipe joint compound. He says, well, we in the trade, we call it plumber's dope. And I said, well, I call it what it is. And he informed me that's not how the trade does. And I said, I've had my license, my B license for almost 20-some years. How long have you had yours? And, oh, you're a contractor. Well, this is what we call it. And then he walked me over because I asked him where it was. And right on the bottle, it said joint compound. It didn't even say pipe. It just said joint compound. And he was trying to say that joint compound is for drywall inlet, which it is. But there's also joint compound for pipes. But anyway, this is T+2. There's another one that's a yellow version. I think it's T5. But the difference is this will do all plastics and all water, gas. So will the other one. The only thing that the T5, I believe it's T5, the yellow one. Some people call it mustard. That won't do ABS, the other one. This will do ABS, all plastics, all metal, gas, water, propane, you name it. So we like to use this. And it's actually got little fibers in it. It's just not a cream. It actually has little fibers that will jam up those threads. But we always use, no matter what, overkill all the time. We always use tape. And this is monster tape. We like it better than all the other ones. But we put tape on first, and then we put this. This only requires 3 wraps, so we put the minimum, and then we put that. This is some other tape. This is the white tape. It's not bad, but I just prefer that blue one. Some material in here. We only need 1 garbage disposal wrench. I'm going to throw all the overkill in this bag here.
I'm going to combine these 2 bags into one.
Oh, are you?
The spacers?
Okay. Yeah, these are electrical spacers. If your outlet's set too far deep, you can take these and fold them up and get whatever thickness you zigzag them. Then you can cut them and it brings your outlet out so you get a nice, for instance, if you go to an outlet and it's wobbly inside when you go to plug it in. This here will take the space up between the box and the outlet and give you a nice firm fit. Okay, so basically, let me look through here and see if I see any duplicates. For instance, we have,
That's how it works.
yeah, this one here. You can see she cut through a hot wire. Was it you or me who cut through the hot wire?
You did.
Oh, I did. Okay, but this is what we use to pull out nails, and you know, if we cut something, we can still cut some here. These are our good cutters. They're diagonal. They have a little pivot here that gives them a lot more cutting strength. Channel locks. We have a bunch of channel locks over the years, blue ones. We took those and we put them in our other plumbing bag. That way, if they get wet and rusty, no big deal. But this is the ones that she prefers to use, along with these little ones here. We got 2 beater screwdrivers, and then we got 2.
Take one.
Yeah, that one will go in the electric. That'll leave 1 beater here, and then she's got a couple good ones that are Stanleys. I don't see, where did those go?
Right here in
There's
the bag.
1 Stanley, good, and then I've got the other one, I guess, in my bag. All right, so that's your electrical bag. Why don't you put it down here, and then if we find any more electrical stuff that you want in there, just leave it open. And that way, if we find any more electrical stuff, we can go get it. What are you going to do? Is that trash? Okay, put it right in there.
Perfect.
All right, let's go to the next bag. Okay, this is the bag that we're going to be using every day. We're going to try to combine all this.
Okay.
And see what we get here. Some of this we're going to go through it and put it in that other bag. As, you know. These, we never use these, only for garbage disposals. What we use this for is when you get that garbage disposal almost to the lock position. I'm sorry, when the garbage disposal is in the lock position, it's hard to undo it. So what she does is she takes this and grabs one of the ears on the garbage disposal, and the other one that's way over here, opens it up and just breaks it a little bit. Once she unlocks it, then she's good to go, either by hand or with that. So here's all the blue ones that we're talking about right here, I think, which is going to be an overkill. I mean, because you got the ones that you prefer.
Yes.
So what do you want to do with these? You want to put them in a, you got to keep this one. And you got those, unless you want them for like when you're getting into the dirt and stuff and you want beaters, but where are we going to put them? You want to put them in the other bag on the top there?
I think I should like to keep those in here because.
Well, that's the garbage disposal. So maybe we can put that in maybe the van in a shelf or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's just eliminate this for right now.
Right
Here, and we'll get back to that later. Okay, so let's go ahead and dump all this out, and we'll go there. This is a puller for a mowing. That's for the skinny mowing. And then for the temp control mowing, we have another puller.
It should be here. Right there.
Yeah, this one is for the temp control. And this is for they're both mowing. This one's for the older cartridge right here. This is the angle stop puller. You get it behind. On the last video, we demonstrated how this worked. Our sockets. So here we go. This ain't too bad. It's some more tape. Okay, let me vacuum that shit out. She's trying to be nice to me on camera. Oh, here, have your coffee before it gets cold.
Hard, please.
You're working. She don't treat me that nice when the camera's off. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I guess this is an old beater, but we'll leave it here.
Yeah.
So let's just make sure we both agree on what we want in here. We know we're going to need this for garbage disposal.
Don't bury it. Put it up.
Okay, we need this rubber mallet. We could put it in that bag and both hammers. I don't think we need any. Or do you want to leave one hammer in here? I just think tools only. We can put all our hammers and flat bars in there.
But we're getting rid of this bag, which I need a hammer in this one.
Okay, then we'll put a hammer there. Let's put, which one do you want? The fiberglass?
Yes, no, that's a little bit smaller
Okay.
to put my tools in.
Okay, on the bottom. Now, 10 stips, do we need them here or do we going to put them in there with the other 10
On the other
stips?
bag.
Okay. Then, let's just for the hell of it, let's put this away. Let's get these in the pockets that you want.
Right here.
Here, I'll let you do it. Obviously, we hardly ever use this. Well, we use it all the time on an angle stop. When the angle stop's really hard to get, you know, and that tool that's dedicated for angle stops don't work good.
Yeah.
We use this.
We have the other sizes.
Alright, so let's just put it in there because that's going to be bad when we're done.
This is perfect for the angle stuff.
Yeah, when it's hard.
It's fine.
Okay.
Now we can put it in the
Put
pocket
these-
right here
go ahead.
together.
But,
And again, I like it better on the outside, that way I can get reach.
alright, well that's why I'm handing this stuff to you.
And this right here.
This is a tool that goes underneath your faucets to undo your faucets. It's supposed to be like this. We had to cut it one day. We had a job where we couldn't get the whole tool in, so we just cut it. But you have both sides, this. And then of course we have this, same thing as this. Like this, and this, and then you take that out and you can get some more shapes. You get all the different shapes. It's a great tool, rigid. But we use this one most of the time, but once in a while we get into a tight spot and we use this guy. So you want to keep both these in here, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll go there. This here, we never use it. We always refer, you know what I mean? But sometimes when we're doing things where I need to cinch it up, it's good to have and not have to go through that bag. Okay, and then of course, here, put your vice grips, both sizes, and needle nose vice grips. Find a spot for that. This, we've got so many wire strippers, it's ridiculous, but
Right here.
okay, we have these masonry bits, and we have more masonry bits. So you want to do them like that, maybe, like that, and I think we can fit more masonry.
Right. I think I like to face this on this side instead.
We just turn the bag around.
I see what you're saying, but I want to be able, like, when we open the door, you can look the stuff in here.
All right, we'll do whatever you want.
So, you know what I mean?
So what do you want to do?
So I'm just going to have to, like, probably transfer all those in here. That way they're in front, and then I can see all the stuff in here when you open the slider.
All right, well, do your thing.
Yes. But this is exactly how it's going to look on the side.
All right. Okay, this file, I already have a spot for files. It's over here. Hey, Milo. Okay, these wood chisels, they're just beaters. They're just for, got to chop some by the concrete, or even, they're just beaters. We only have one good one for when we're hanging doors and stuff, and that's with my door kit. So this is beater. Okay, let me get all, here's our Allen wrenches. What do you want to do with these? Put those somewhere nice so we don't have to dig for them. We always use them.
Okay, that's probably,
And we got our O-ring and
probably
other.
in here. What do you think?
That's a nice big one.
Uh,
How about if we put them with the masonry right here? No.
no. Okay, I think I
Somewhere
will put them
small.
in here.
I'd like to keep the bigger pockets.
Right here.
So yeah. Here's our speed bit. There should be another speed bit remover somewhere. If not, that's fine.
Okay, I don't see it.
Okay. We'll do that later.
Let me show you
Okay,
some
this
of
is
the
your
bags.
magnetizer for your electrical bag. That way, when she's doing ceiling fans, sometimes the screwdrivers don't have enough magnetism to it, so she magnetizes it. You just rub it in there and blah 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 for your electrical. That was bought for you. Okay, so I have these hooks. I think there's
I
more
got
in
some
that
more
bag.
here. Right here.
Okay, they're all here. Should we find a spot for this? We always use them for picking crap out.
Perfect
Sure you
right
want
here. That way we can, like I said, you know, that'll be like right there. But I like to face them down.
Well, you face them down, they're gonna put holes in the bag.
But this way's gonna get your hand. Well, okay.
Okay, here's your beater.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what you use that for stuff. I don't know what you do.
Oh.
And then this guy.
Well,
I like to put this with the level.
this
You
one
know the
broke,
level? Oh, I get you. Okay, look at this. I like this with the level because it keeps them here. So where do you want to put the level? Put that.
Oh, that's
Whenever, the reason why I put
there.
these with the level is because these sink deep and I can never find them. So I always just look for the level and I know they're right.
So right here is perfect. Look.
Here, put it in there and make sure they get in there with it.
There it is.
All right. This is a beater screwdriver my son gave me. It's sockets, missing a couple tips, but it's great for sockets. I don't know. Where do you want to throw this at?
Possibly in here.
Okay, and then of course, let's put together all our
Right here.
sockets. I mean, I think we're overkill, but find a spot for this, and then I'll get you the rest of this stuff. Let's see, I'll get you the drives for them. I don't see the drives for them. They're not there? 3/8 and a quarter.
No, they remain in your. I think you put them in the box in your tool bag.
No.
The electrical, the other bag.
No.
No.
Only one. I had like 3 sets, but.
Well, we emptied this bag completely.
All right. So, okay, we hardly ever use
Oh, we
this.
haven't checked that one yet.
Right, we haven't got into that yet. But look, we hardly ever use this, but throw it in there. And this, we hardly ever use this. You want to just throw it in the bottom. This is for hose bibs. When you got hose bibs that are have no handle on, they're the protective ones for kids can't fool with them. This is a key. We'll just throw it in here.
Okay.
We know it's there. This is, if you watched my last video, we talked about kitchen sink basket strainers, where you have the easy fits with the 3 screws that we like, and then you got the other one that has a ring. Same with garbage disposals. You have the one with the strainer with the 3 bolts, and you have the one. This is for the ring. You get it in there, and then you try to hold the inside to even make a tool for it, but somehow or another when you're doing it, everything spins and breaks your plumber's putty loose, and it's just. But sometimes we need this just to get one off. We never use it to put one on because we don't put one on. Okay, so file goes over here with the rest of the files. I gotta dump this out.
Sometimes you need those. Those are really handy.
Well, those are our. Put them all together and we'll find a spot for them. I like a low spot so I don't have to dig for them. We got more punches somewhere. Oh, the bigger punches are over there. We'll leave them over there. This kind of stuff, you know that clear case we have? That's probably where that belongs. I use this for door cylinders. And when we put a new knob in, the cylinder's a little tight.
This have to be handy.
What for?
Sometimes you use those like
Can't remember.
when you're doing the electrical on the boxes on the side.
Where should we put this at?
That can be good in there probably.
This can go on the bottom. I know what it is. This I've had for 30 years. I keep it with the other one. Okay, this here is a pencil. You can mark you can stick this into places that you can't get into, and you can mark. You can put that with other pens and pencils. Keep all the pens and pencils together. Then we got our wire brushes. You want to put the wire brush away. This here is for a water heater. When they started converting the new water heaters, they have the sealed units. This is for the sealed units. Even though I have this on other things, I've always kept this so I know where it is, and I don't have to go through my other sets with the interchangeable bits. I'll just throw that down there. The speed bit, if you don't want to use pockets for this stuff, or I can put it right here with this masonry. Bits. Oh, let's see. What's that brush somewhere? Okay, these are all the blades that I was telling you about that we had to use up. You know? I think I found that little red thing in here. Anyway, I don't know where it is, but what do you want to do with that? So you use these up. Maybe put them in where they stand up. Maybe with the sockets.
What's that?
We have one of these that can go in the trash. That's the trash. We got one.
Okay.
Yes, you get one of those free every time.
And we have a faucet tool.
Look at this. think this is going to be an issue. Can
I
we get a
think
pair
so
of new
too.
ones?
Yeah, I can see that.
Where are we going to put these at? They take a lot of space. This is for faucets. The water supply lines you get under there, and you turn it this way to loosen it. You turn it this way to tighten the water lines. There's a little nut where the braided water lines go up to the faucets. Plumber's grease for O-rings and stuff like that when you're putting new cartridges. Your PVC cutter. Here's some more. We should put these blades with the...
Do you want to leave that one there? Right there?
I guess, but when I need sockets, they're going to fall in.
Yeah, that's true. We just put them in the case, you know, that they're...
Look, I'm putting this all here.
Oh, you have two of those, huh?
Look. Yeah, it's just for when I do the door. You know how when we replace privacy knobs and door knobs?
Your case.
You know how when we put the cylinder in and it's rubbing and we
Right.
run that through there? No, I like to keep it here because we use it for whenever we're doing door locks and they're a little tight. So why don't we just throw them on the bottom? You want to throw them on the bottom? And we'll know they're there? That's just a waste of space.
But if you put it in the bottom, it's going to be like you're going to have to empty the whole bag.
Not really.
I like handy right here. Like right here, just to have them like you see them.
Okay. Where they'll stay up.
Yeah, you'll see them there.
Okay.
It saves you so much time.
Here's some more blades. I mean, we got blades up the ass out. Where do you want to put this at for a quick pipe forming?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Of course, right here.
How about your? These can go in here
Right
like
there.
that. Where do you want to put your tips at?
Oh, right here.
Right wall.
On the deep pocket right here.
I hate that. I'd rather just throw them in the bottom.
When it opens, it's going to be all over.
Well, I don't think we're going to. It doesn't open.
Okay.
And this can go on the bottom too because we'll use these first. Here, your nippers.
And those in there.
Go here. And what do you want to do with? Yeah, put it in there. Put this somewhere. That's our beater. You know how sometimes I know you have your electrical. I have my electrical, but might as well stick it in there. It works. Yeah.
Okay.
And you put it with the brushes here.
So all this stuff right here can go in here if you want.
Yeah.
Or you can put actually something attached to this and just
Nah,
hang it on the outside.
go ahead and put it
In
in
there?
Yeah, put some on. I mean, do we really need all that? All I ever use is
I
the
prefer
blue.
this one over
I
that one.
prefer this one over them all.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, you gotta use them, I guess. Just don't. Where's the for this?
I don't have the cover for that.
All right, well, let's use this one out. But then we don't use it all. Here,
Go ahead.
we'll figure it out. You want your tape?
See, that's the pocket for that.
Really?
It works.
Okay, what are we gonna use for all our markers and pens? I need one
And
spot.
this one I'm gonna put it right here. I got it
Where?
already set.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. And the tape measure, where do you want it?
But I like to put it on the outside.
Yeah.
Like right here maybe.
Right there's good. Look at that.
There.
All right, so we got that. This is for aerators. They come with faucets when you buy them. You can change the aerator nowadays instead of putting pliers on them.
Don't forget your drill bits.
Well, we got the old set and new sets. I think I'm going to put one new set here, or we'll just stack them up underneath the generator in the van. That way they're there and we know what to, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, so with that being done, we can put that here until, here's the crescent wrench. Oh, there's the cap for that thing. Let me put it on. We should put a little piece of tape here and hinge it. Anyway, one time we had to get into somewhere and the wrench was too long, so we just cut it.
Do we need to go through this bag?
Yeah, we do. Some of this shit we can put
You know what?
where the
This
big
one-
tools are.
This one I would like on that one bag.
Well, that's where it belongs. It don't belong in there. This is our only good one, our 1/4 inch, but we have a half. But I keep that with the door kit. So here, where do you want it? Right here, maybe?
Yeah, that works.
No, I got a better spot. Hey, Milo. Those are beaters, right? Oh no. Oh, that's for the other drill motor.
Not the impact.
The
but
wall,
the other
right?
one.
Not the impact, but the other one. These are, we're putting shit in there that I really don't use.
Mm-hmm.
We might want to just put that stuff in that one compartment, This, same thing. I never use it. We always use the other one.
But this is pretty good.
Yeah, well,
I forgot we had
it's
that
in
one too.
case you got a sink that has a
Right.
big well in it
Yeah.
and it extends way out, right here. It's good that way, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll just put it back in there. These are pullers. This is for faucet, but this is a puller for handles and showers. And you can't get the shower handle off, you put this on there and you adjust it, and then you get it all in there and you slide it and tap it out. Mini bolt cutters. Ruler. This is for a faucet. We always keep one in case we have to take one off that needs it. We have it. Chisels. These are seat wrenches right here. We got 3 of them. Each one we need different seat sizes. This is universal. It stands as you go in. This is to remove when you do a shower wall. Change the valve stem in the wall into the manifold. You have this little seat, and you have to remove it. That way, when the rubber on your valve closes, it sets on the seat and locks off the water. If you have a seat in there that has a crack or a rust spot, the rubber leaks. Even though you got a new stem with a new rubber, a new seat, seal rather, it still leaks through the seat. So you always replace your seats when you do it. At least we do. Here's a bunch of masonry bits over the years when we break a bunch and we don't have many left in the case. We put whatever's good in here. We'll keep it here. I like to use these before I get into my good ones. Usually try to burn them up, but over the years they're catching up with me. This is for toilet tanks. This belongs in the other bag right here. All our brushes. This is a file cleaner. Whenever you're using your file and you get debris in it, you use this to kind of like that clean it up. Hey, Milo. What are you doing? Again, another pair of strippers. I think we're gonna
Just dump it in there with that extra right here.
Why?
Right there. There's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there's 3. We don't need 3. You have your electrical bag. I have mine. We can use that for other stuff. Let's just take them all out. The one I do like though is the one that I cut screws with. See this one here? You can cut screws with, and the same with this one. You can cut screws with. Yeah, we'll do these.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be helpful.
We'll do this. Okay. This is for sprinklers in case you break a piece of the plastic pipe off in the T or whatever, or in the elbow. You can take it out. Or wrenches. 2 sets right here. Extra drywall. Nice. This is a good one. You can put any kind of Sawzall blade in it. We have the one in there. Just stand them up in there so we know we have them, okay? Alright, Master Milo.
Take your boy.
Alright. Let's keep emptying out. This is for security doors, the one-way screw for security doors.
Okay. It's empty.
Okay, Mr. Milo. You're in my way, son. Okay. I gotta vacuum that out. Do you have a... You know what? We hardly ever use this. We could put that, you know where the tools are, where all our big tools. Alright, so with that being said, the pipe wrenches, we just use these every now and again. We should put those with the other. I mean, most of our work is all the small stuff. So we'll put that, you know, where all that big long tray is.
Yeah.
That's for Vinny. Alright, you want to start organizing? Here's some. These are the same set from those other ones, but we never use these big ones. So we'll just go ahead and put them somewhere. These are all, this one here is pretty sharp. I sharpened it, but hardly ever use it. This one is a sharp one.
This are just hanging there, but I haven't used those.
I know, they're beaters, and we got so many beaters. We'll throw them away. This one's pretty good, though.
That's the keeper, this is trash.
Yeah, this is trash, so we'll put it over here. Here, take this. Okay, stuff that's going to go on the bottom, okay? We use this for cutting nails and whatever. We have a big pair for locks.
Okay.
PVC cutter. How about all the file stuff? Put that all in one bag, all my files in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
Security door, key for screws. They all come with the tool now. I mean, I like it because it's heavy duty, but
Just place it here.
how about if I don't waste spot, I'll just throw it in the bottom.
Sounds good.
These here, we only use these sometimes when we're doing 4x4 posts and we can't reach. Let's just throw them on the bottom. Okay, of course, our flat bars can go on the bottom. We always use two.
And
Handle
the
puller.
right here.
Yeah. Well, there's our drives, remember? Right here.
Yeah.
And if we're going to keep, I think we should put, we've got duplicates. Let's go through those and put a set here and a set there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, these are for undoing shower stems, like in the wall. If you're replacing your stem, this will fit almost any kind of stem. It goes along with these seat wrenches.
Let's put those on the bottom.
You want to put the seat wrenches in the bottom too, or?
No, those are like handy.
They always hang out.
Right there. It's
Okay. Okay, sometimes we're looking. We have really nice hammers. We keep them in the van where we don't. These are just beaters. My square. Where are we gonna put that at? I always need that.
At the very top.
Straight edge in your.
You know what? Why don't you throw that one in there?
Because I always, it's carpentry. I usually refer to this bag when I get my flat bars.
Okay.
Usually. Another socket. I don't know what it's for. Here's another file. This owl here. I wouldn't go. I know you hate them up. Okay, hopefully it won't put a hole. Okay, these are.
Just clean those up.
I want to put these on the side so I can have them. I don't want to dig for them. I like them in a pocket because they come off the garbage disposal.
Right in here.
This is a ring for garbage disposal.
Right in there.
But then when I dig through
There's
them,
a pocket right
yeah,
there.
this is where I have it.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, here we go with the sockets. So maybe, okay, this I want on top. This can go on the bottom. This is for breaker panels. Like if we got a breaker that don't want to go in so easy, we'll take this and just give it a little tap with the mallet just to give that breaker a little bit of a push. You want to stick this in the pocket right now where it is. Here's some more. Here's all your bigger chisels. Maybe with your wood chisel.
Oh, they're here.
Okay, this is impact. I mean, don't ever think I need them, but I think I'll put this outside in the garage. I know we got 3 of them.
I'm gonna put it down.
Go right ahead. Our
Where you
parts
need 'em.
brush. You have a spot for this? Okay, I'm gonna bring your other
Oh yeah, I do.
bag, and we'll go through the sockets again. Shit's heavy. Um, what do we do with all the sockets? Oh, they're right here. Okay, instead of go through all these, well, let's do it real quick. Can you see these? Are these metric or standard? What do they say? What are the numbers? Can't see them?
These are metric.
Okay. What are these?
You can tell. Look at that.
Okay, well,
That's a standard right here. That's metric. Wait, no. Wait.
Please look. Don't embarrass yourself.
Hold on. These are standard metric.
Okay, I need one of each, and then these are 1/4 inch. So I know I have a 1/4 inch drive in my other bag. As far as 3/8, what is this? These are 3/8. Is that standard or metric?
Standard.
And what's this? I'm gonna put one standard here.
Standard.
Okay, put that in there, and then with this drive, we'll put this drive here. Put that somewhere in there. But when you put them there, though, they fall apart. Can you put them in a pocket?
Sure.
Thank you. See, okay. Okay, what these are sort of like easy outs for like if you have a shower arm and it breaks off in the wall, and it's 1/2 inch. This will go into the wall. If you got tile, this is a pretty long one. They have longer, but this will go in. And it's reverse thread, and as you turn it to the left, it goes into the broken part of the shower arm, and then it expands, and it usually breaks it loose, and you get it out, and then you put this in to clean the threads up. These are exactly the same thing. This is a small one, big one, both for 1/2 inch, and then one for 3/4. I put these, let them go to the bottom.
Just sometimes you need them.
Well, yeah, I like using those before I get to there.
Right. Just give me that.
Right. Parch brush. Put this parch brush when we do ceiling fan, bathroom exhaust fans. We use that. Okay, and then let's put this somewhere where we know where it is for the DeWalt. Sometimes we use it. We have 2 drills. We have an impact and we have a DeWalt. And this is for the DeWalt with just a normal chuck on it. This is a seat wrench. Sometimes when you use the seat wrench that I was showing you, that you go into the wall and you remove the seat for the shower arm, the shower stem. Where's the seat wrench?
The
right
drills are
this goes into the shower wall like this, and it breaks you. Sometimes they strip. So you run this in here, and it's a reverse thread, and as you go into the seat, it expands and it catches it, and then you can get the stripped out seat out if this fails. So this and this should go together. This is going to go with this guy's here. We keep these for trimming plants. Sometimes when we're going to go shut off water or something and we can't get in there, we nip the plants and get them out of our way. These are going in the trash. This is going to the garage. This can go right here. Oh, we actually kind of did it. This is going to go in the van where all our big tools are. Give that to Vinny in there. Ask him if he wants it. If not, we'll leave it at Home Depot somewhere on one of the pillars where the lights are, and somebody will get lucky. Hey, Ollie. Okay, these blue pliers, Al, what do you want to do with these? They're beaters. So you want to just stand them straight up in one of these pockets? Look. Hey, Ollie, tell him he can shove those up his ass if he wants, you know. See how he likes that. We'll even help him. Alright, I put your beaters right here now. Alright. It looks like we got this done. 3 bags. You know, we wanted to get rid of 1 bag, and we did. All right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go out to the van. We'll set up the camera out there, and you can see what we're going to do about that. Not much is going on out there. We're going to probably just remove the material, sweep it out, put these away, see if there's anything we can organize better, put our bags in, put our material in, and just give you an opportunity to see how the service van is set up. All right, we'll see you outside. Alrighty, we got everything outside. Basically, we're gonna get in here and take out all the material and clean things up a little bit and try to reorganize a little bit. Alrighty, we're gonna get everything out of there and try to organize. This was today's job, but things fell through with the painter over there. So we're just gonna take all that out and do what we can and get ready for tomorrow morning. Look at this, Al. We didn't see that.
It's close.
No, it's all bent.
Oh.
I've got another one. I'm returning that one anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Use the one that I have. Some of the stuff I'll put in the house. I usually work at Claudia's tomorrow at the apartment building. All right. Just kind of show you where we keep everything. Everything's pretty tight here with caulk now. We gotta get rid of some of this older stuff. Basically what we have here is my mouth carton here with all kinds of epoxies, silicones, acrylic, caulking, you name it. A bag of 5-minute smooth set for plastering. Whenever we got to make a hole, we actually fix our own hole and put texture on it and get it ready for the painter. Over here I have all the heavier tools that we don't put in the bags. She's gonna get all that material out and put some of these things back in there and kind of get everything the way it should be. So we'll see what we got here. All right, Ellie, we got this, this, and this. Here's some material to put. Cotton gun goes over here. This is a bag of returns, Alicia. I guess I could put it for now. The bag of returns. But, hey, I'd like to try to lay that 2x4 flat, or leave it like that, where the ladder sits in between it. Maybe, I don't know. Let's lay it flat. We keep scrap wood on the truck at all times because we never know when we're going to need something for drywall backing or support when we're in the attic running wires or boxes. So we always try to keep a piece of this and a piece of that available. Well, you're fixing this up, Alicia. We'll put those pipe wrenches and that chop line in there. I think I'm gonna go. Claudia wants one of those fans, so that's good news. She added a fan to our list for tomorrow. So yeah. So most of this stuff we'll put back, and we'll just. Would that work, or you wanted to do something different? No, I kind of want. I don't like the way the ladder rattles around when we're driving. So I thought.
Will do. Look at it. I think that would do.
All right. Then here, let's see. I want to sweep out that little area. Let me have that box right here. Let me show what we got in here. In here, we have just miscellaneous electrical stuff. And then in the other one, we have different kinds of clips and so on and so on. This is our electrical.
Here we go.
And then we have some more electrical. And then we have all our anchors here. I didn't want the blower. I was just going to sweep it out. Where's that brush? It's right there. I see it. Can we go to the other side and just brush it out with this? My dad bought me, how many years ago would you say this was, Alicia, when he bought me this? My dad, I was hanging some doors, and he was getting mad at me because I was cutting the bottom of the doors and then just grabbing them and bringing them inside the house. And he's like, Vinny, you can't be doing this at customers' houses. You got to sweep them off, you know, with something smooth. So we went down to Harbor Freight Tools and bought this horsehair brush, and I was out there sweeping them. And then my dad, he wanted to trim one of the doors while I was inside taking measurements, and he cut through one of the doors right into my sawhorse, a metal sawhorse, and we knew he was cutting into it. We could tell by the sound of the blade, and we all got a laugh out of that because he was just telling me about sweeping, you know, doing my deal right, and then he was cutting through his sawhorse. I put new sawhorses in here about eight years ago, but I always kept the one that he cut for memories. Anyway, we must have had this, what, 26, 27 years?
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't take it into jobs because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it because it's sentimental to me. All right, I'll just sweep this out. I'll move the camera when you get ready to go all the way with it. Hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta take this phone call here. Alrighty, so basically what we got outside here is we got all our stuff. And Alicia got the inside swept out. We're looking pretty good. Everything's kind of in its spot now. So now we're going to do something with the bags. Alrighty. Alright, so Alicia, this bag is going to be the one that goes in the back, right? Okay, and this is our drill bits right over here, I guess, right?
That's a brand new case.
Okay, and then this is going to be our main bag.
I was doing this. I was basically see
Oh,
how I
go
go
ahead.
back.
Yeah. Alright, so that's as far as we can get. See, some of our dilemma is we got the drain snakes right here. As you can see, we got two of them, a bigger one and a smaller one, and a hand one over there, that red one. I don't know if you can see it right there. Right there, that small one. Sometimes we like the hand one. And we got our miscellaneous stuff over here. Our compartments are DeWalt's. And then over there, we got all our power tools, battery, and then our bigger tools, and then all our materials, spare material. And then over here, kind of electrical going on. Sawzall. We got a whole hog under there. Table saw right here. some power tools right there, electrical bag, generator, kind of ready for anything. Well, let's get the rest of this in, and that's going to be Alicia's electrical bag right there. So
right here,
yeah, that's mine right there. And then in the cab,
and that's mine.
we got all our batteries that we charge up. We're going to use this bag right here for batteries. It's going to be handy because we got a lot of batteries. We charge our batteries in the van on the 12-volt system, and we're going to put them in that bag. One of our lights, it's not a DeWalt light, it's a off-brand, but it fits the DeWalt right there. It uses right on those batteries there. So this material, we're just going to go ahead and put what we need in there for tomorrow, and on Wednesday we'll go do the job that we were supposed to do today. Well, that's it. I know there's not much different. Doesn't look a whole lot better, but it feels better to know that we went through it and put some of the stuff away that we needed to. This is our drywall side. Over here we got sandpaper, drywall, putty knives, plaster knives, scrapers, you name it, sander up there, some other items. So
You need 2.5 screws in.
yeah, I need to stock up on my screw bag. Screw bag, we have all different size screws in this bag right here.
Talk about, yeah.
And that kind of lets you know what we got there, all different sizes.
This is empty, yeah.
From 1 1/4, 1 5/8, 2, 2 1/2, 3, and then we got 4 inches. Well, hey, thank you for hanging out with us. I know this is a boring video, but tomorrow we should have some footage of what we're doing. I believe tomorrow we'll be doing a microwave that goes over the stovetop, and we got a ceiling fan and a few other little items. Alrighty, well, thank you for hanging out with us again. You want to say goodbye, Alicia?